guys, it's Starting coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. And I just loaded in to see what day it is. It is day 200. How fun. It's a good day to be here. And when I loaded in, I'll say to the nobody that's here yet, but when I loaded in, it said that there is a thing called a bundle that's in the game. And I'm gonna find out what they are. It was a little icon up in the top, and it said a new recipe has been revealed. So we're gonna find out what exactly this recipe is. And it looked like it was a bag of bags. So, you know, if I was a smarter person, I would just go to the search and write down bundle. There we go. Bundle. So with a string and a leather, we will be able to create a bundle. So let's figure out what they do. I think you just put stuff in them, and it's like a chest that you can carry in your inventory and put stuff in. And big if true, because this is going to blow the whole game wide open for me, a person who has never been able to manage my inventory properly. So we just need to find some leather. I wonder where we'll find any leather at. Alright, now that I've found a little bit of leather, we will just continue on trying to find some string. Actually, I already had string in my inventory. How fortuitous. And that means that it's about time. Hi, Justine. I can recolor bundles with dye. Oh, awesome. That's excellent. That'll make it even easier for me to pretend to be organized for a short period of time. Alright, so if I make a couple of bundles, then... Alright, there you go. The tooltip explains it all. Can hold a mixed stack of items, and it's empty. So if I put it in there, then... Alright. Can I put another bundle into it? Can I put things into one bundle, and then put that bundle in another bundle? Alright, excellent. It's all going to be totally insane. I'm going to agonize everybody with this. I'm not actually going to be putting things into bundles and bundles into bundles. All right, you take it out individually. I'll need to learn what the keys are. Like maybe you control shift click to get everything out of it at one time. Because you right click to remove the last thing you put in. But, so let's see how many stacks they do. It looked like it's based on stacks of items, not the size of the stack, which I hope is true. Yeah, so 8 items maybe? No, 6 items. But maybe, nope, can't put anything with the durability in it. Nope, can't fit those things in a bundle at all. So it's not... It definitely is size dependent, but this would be good for yeah, for like the little things, right? You could put a clock in. Does the clock still work? That's pretty excellent. Okay. So yeah, this would be good, you know, whenever you need to be able to carry little stuff with you, because the bigger the stacks are, the more space it takes. But often whenever I'm adventuring, I find myself wishing that I, you know, had a place to put the 2 spider eyes and the 3 string. So, up to 64 items if each is only 1. Alright, well, thank you. You already know all about it. And now I do too. Thank you so much. I saw whenever I was loading in that I downloaded a patch or whatnot. But, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Since we will be going on adventures soon enough. Very nice. And since I regularly want to go out whenever I'm adventuring and, you know, get samples of flowers or whatever, and I don't always get full stacks, that'll be very, very wonderful. Very, very excited. I'm going to quit saying very and do something. Which is put the junk into this, because I didn't really want to take any of it with me. We will take the bundles, though. Obviously, we'll take the bundles. Can I test if I can dye bundles yet? Yes, I will absolutely do that. Be happy to. First, I will need some dye. I've probably got flowers or something to get a dye. Here's a flower. Yes, we will make a nice yellow bag. And I got a recipe for a poisonous potato? I don't know if I read that right. I read that. I looked at a symbol. Oh, a suspicious stew. It just looked sort of poisonous potatoy. Hey, what's up? Yes, I got off work late. Or rather, I did not get off work late. I stayed and talked to my boss for a while after work. Not about any work stuff or anything, just about, like the state of the world today and about, things and stuff. And when I looked up, it was late. But yes, bundles got released, and what I am doing is seeing if we can dye them yet. And yeah, oh, it looks so yellow. That's the name of it. So we can put items in it. Very, very exciting stuff. And so we can have like the yellow bundle, and that'll be the good bundle. That'll be like the bundle with the clock. Like the bundle with the spyglass. Never mind, you can't put a spyglass into one. What am I thinking? Like an extra boat? No, that won't fit in a bundle. What's going on in my head? Can you fit a bucket in there? Not while it has water. Can you fit an empty bucket in there? Can you only fit things that are stackable? That would also make sense. And an empty bucket is stackable. So, yep, there you go. You can't put a fill bucket in there, but that's great because, just like sometimes when you're thinking like, oh, I want to get, lava or whatever, maybe I want that in a bucket, or you're going on an adventure, and, this is going to be wonderful. And arrows, yeah, if you wanted to, you could even put some arrows in there. Ooh, so need to test. I need to get infinity for the bow, right? Because that's what shoots a single arrow. Because if you could put a single arrow into a bundle and use that for your infinity, but I don't know if it would access it or not. We would have to figure it out. And I can't because I don't have infinity. But this is all very, very interesting and exciting stuff. But I'm going to clean up the inventory a little bit and then run to the house, say hello to the pets, and then we're going to take our bundles and go out, strike out into the distance. I'm so excited to see the tooltip there because I have long awaited an item like this where I could, satisfactorily take some of my junk and carry it around with me. I very much wanted this day, although I did not think that it was on the horizon. So, bucket, an amount of torches, got our tools, obviously all of our gear's in good space, so we're just going to go home, say hello to the pets. Yes, I very well may stay up past my bedtime. Not terribly far. No, I will stay up past my bedtime. I don't work tomorrow, so my bedtime doesn't strictly apply. But my bedtime for the purpose of talking loudly still does mainly apply. But, man, it creeps up on me already, huh? But tomorrow, y'all will be excited, or not, because I plan on streaming for most of the day. Not like starting at midnight. Let's not be excessive. I've got to sleep too, unfortunately. But I am gonna wake up and make coffee. I don't have any errands to run, and I don't have to go to the grocery store or anything. So I'm gonna try to knock out, like a good 8 hours at least, maybe like 10, maybe even 12, maybe take like a little nap in the middle of the day and rock back to it. I'm just having a great time. And Justine, no, I usually do not work on Wednesdays. Occasionally I do, if it's like a holiday in my industry, like Valentine's Day is a very, very big day. So if it happened to be on a Wednesday, then I would have to work it. But in general, I do not ever work Wednesdays. It theoretically could happen, but it's not very likely. I I'm a creature of routine, and my employer appreciates that about me and doesn't ask me to change my routines too much. But, well, yes, it'll be cool to see you in here if you can see it. And also, you know, I'll be doing it tomorrow night also. I don't have any plans except to play video games. We're going to give Tropa a fish. Oh, she's so nice. I'm so glad that we found a wonderful black cat. I didn't know if we were going to run into one in this world, and then we did. So, very good stuff. Good old Luca. We'll let him fly around a little bit. Making sure to put him back down again, of course. And we'll just lay down for the night. Good old Garuda. But it's about time for us to strike out. Yeah, her name's Atropa, like this. Which, like, because I'm a dork, so like this is the name of the nightshade plant, and that is why I named the cats that. But Atropa is derived from Atropos, which is the fate that cuts the thread of life in the Greek sort of mythos. And I used both Atropos and Atropa many, many, many times in video games as my own alias there. Because just like here, how I'm playing as the Alex character, I almost always play as female characters in video games. Not like 100% of the time, but in general, if they like let me create a character, I'm not going to make a dude. And I'm probably going to choose some sick name from Myth. So it'll be like Atropa or Tisiphone or Electo or something like that. Or, you know, like something from some video game that I like. But anyway, I was trying to strike out into an adventurous thing, so that's what I'm going to do now. Shall we head towards spawn? Yeah, that'll be fun. We haven't been to spawn like since the beginning. Oh, we've got to put Tropa up. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. It would be nice to bring her along to spawn, but come on now. With all of the doors open, she should come right inside. There we are. You sit down on the box and think about how you're the best cat. And we'll just say goodbye to the cows. We might be gone for a while after all. Goodbye, Mooshy Smalls. Goodbye, Baby Moosh. And goodbye, Doug. Who's the best Doug? We can go and plant a pitcher pod at 0-0. To show the wide-ranging thing. And actually, that reminds me, I will obviously need a cherry sapling to plant there. So I'm going to realize I definitely don't have one in any of my things. I could find one along the way, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bash a tree over here until I get one. Now, of course, I don't have a hoe, but we will try not to mess up any individual tree too much. And this has, like, a wonderful connected canopy, which is very sad to break. But I also very, very much need one cherry sapling. There we go, so that we can plant it whenever we get to spawn. So, time for a languid adventure. While we look at the bundles, it is very cool. I am so excited. Imagine how efficient my flower gathering expeditions are going to be. Oh man. And unlike sometimes in the past, we're gonna try to, like, more or less walk in the proper direction the whole time, even if it involves walking. After all, there could be all sorts of interesting things that we encounter by not taking the waterways. Which is gonna be great. I am real pumped about this. These bundles, like... And also, although I'm never gonna die, it is handy to think of how the future could be with the bundles if I ever, if I'm struck by a bolt of lightning and have to restart a hardcore world. I don't know if that can kill you. I will not be mad if it does, but I might put my head in my hands a little bit. Alright, we're still sort of going in a row, but, when you're in the early hardcore world and you have to, like, desperately look for cherry biomes and then also find a good place to live, you'd be able to have so much room in your bundles. You just kill one spider, which is easy as anything. Spiders are idiots. They're, obviously very intimidating, and they prefer if you acknowledge that before you hit them. Really, I stopped being scared of spiders the instant I turned subtitles on. Because now that I know it's not a creeper that's hissing at me and it's just a spider, I no longer feel fear. I think that's the name. I think that's what somebody told me. But this is the skin I've used since the first day I played Minecraft. I looked at the little thing and I was like, okay, that's me. We're going to choose that one. And although, like, people talk about having one that looks similar like me, which I would definitely try out, I have never found a problem with this one yet. In my opinion, she's a big hero, and I am honored to be the person in charge of showing the world how great she is. Hey, Black Bear. Well, work was good. Work was good. The time of streaming tomorrow? I would say no later than 10 a.m. Central Standard, and then for many hours later. I might do slightly before then, it just depends. If my brother's still asleep at, like, 8:45, I'm not gonna, like, jump into this and wake him up with my hobby. But, we'll see. We'll see. But I definitely have no obligations on my time tomorrow, and it is just vanishingly unlikely that any could emerge. I don't really live a life that permits anyone to ask me to do anything. So barring some disaster like the power going out, which, shudder to think. I'm not superstitious, but if I were, I would throw some salt over the shoulder or whatever at the mere thought of the power going out. When the power goes out, it's like being a ghost. Like, the whole world is still here, but you can't touch anything in a meaningful way. Like, your hand just goes straight through the wall, and the light switch is still there, meaningless. It's not as bad as all that. Like, I have a number of hobbies that don't require power, but I'm the kind of guy where if I have, like, an idea for how I want to spend my time, if anything gets in the way of that, I'm not going to be grateful for it. So I won't, like, feel like, oh, the power's out, I'll just read a book. Like, I read all the time, but if I wanted to wake up and play video games, I wouldn't want to get up and do that. Anyway, I should stop talking about the power being out. I'm not superstitious. But, Black Bear asks what inspired me to start streaming. Well, I've had this channel for like 10 years, but I got a good computer again, and there was this dude I worked with. and he would periodically say the nicest things to me, like, you should start a podcast. I don't listen to podcasts, but I knew he didn't mean that I talked too much because I asked somebody, and that he meant that he liked listening to me talk. But, and I'd never played Minecraft, and it occurred to me that it could be interesting to do. And then, you know, one thing led to another, and some of the videos got a little bit of attention, and then some of them got, like, for my standards, a lot of attention. Like, when, like, 1,000 people watch one of my videos, it doesn't happen all the time. It feels amazing. But yeah, I don't know how long I would have done it if I didn't get, like, a broadly positive response. But I did, and it felt good. And, so I just figured I'd go on with doing it. But I never really watched any streamers. But, like, I remember being, like, a little kid, and my parents are like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was just like, basically, you know, I just want to play video games. And they're like, that's not a job. And I was like, fine, I'll be a lawyer then. I'm not a lawyer, and I will never be a lawyer. But that was my ambition when I was a kid, because I couldn't play video games. But not that I play this for a living, or have any real ambitions for that level. But you know, I just it's fun to talk to myself and play video games. It reminds me a lot of being young, but in a good way. Of like the vibe of just like my friend or me, you know, just like sitting down and the other person's taking their turn playing whatever, and just, you know, rocking out, delivering commentary, joking around, and like coming up with stuff to say about everything, just filling the time. Because like I do play Minecraft sometimes by myself, but this is way more fun than playing by myself is. Even just like recording a video is, because it's a little difficult to describe, but I guess not terribly so. Like, if you just like think about it for a second, it's probably pretty clear why. It's just a lot more comfortable to talk to yourself for hours if there's at least the illusion that other people are listening, whether or not they happen to be. Good morning, Jolie! Thank you, Patrick. I'm glad you like the shirt. You no doubt know where I acquired it. The subtitles are nice. Rain falls, footsteps. The footsteps you can't hear, the rain you can. I never turned the rain down. It would be a peculiar sort of game if I would turn rain sounds off. Generally, that's the sort of thing that I like. Oh no, I'm being shot. What a disaster! Oh, I'll kill this spider and then take what I put into bundles. Oh yeah, Patrick, speaking of new things in Minecraft, although we weren't, they have this thing called a bundle, and it's just what it sounds like. You can put stuff in it. Look! Bam. Now, oh yeah, the cherry sapling, we can put that in the bundle. And to all appearances, it seems as though my inventory is relatively cleaned up. This will allow me to get into a lot of adventures. Oh no, not a spider! I think it would kill itself on thorns before it would hurt me very badly, but we're not going to let that happen. Seeing footsteps when not moving would be scary. That's fair. You know, but also very useful, because you would know that it would be time to... Parkour! Now we're going to cunningly jump down some trees. Parkour! The most important thing, of course, is to say parkour when doing this. Can we make the jump? No. We'll have to parkour in this direction. Parkour! Alright, I think that might be the end. Or is it? It is. I mean, not of everything. Just the end of that parkour session. Yes, Renee, there are bundles now, and you can dye them. That one is dyed yellow. The clock's inside of it, and now I can just look at it. And then we've got a non-yellow one too. We could make this other one red. We'll do that real quick. It only takes the ingredients. You could probably dye it while it's full and it doesn't interrupt it. Yes, that's quite true. So now we've got a nice little red one. Can you dye over top of an already dyed bundle? These are questions. And yeah, I know there's a skeleton there. I just don't think he's very brave. Yes, you can make an orange bundle. Magnificent. So you can dye them after they're already dyed. Hi, Livin. So yes, I am excited for the big long streams of tomorrow where I will be able to use the bundles to hopefully great effect. Where after we plant a cherry tree at spawn, we're going to be scouring every single dark forest we see, starting with this one, for what someone called a woodland mansion. Oh, no one was saying, you weren't saying adios, you were saying the spelling of it. I got it. There are a lot of enemies on this beach, so I'm going to run up and hit them. I'm not in the slightest bit worried about this, because I don't think any of them are shaped like witches. One over there is shaped like a witch. We're not going to not fight him, though. We're just going to shoot him, because that is... Oh, okay. Sure, buddy. That zombie is in the boat now. This is peculiar, and I haven't really witnessed it before, so I'm going to let him stay there, and then I'm going to shoot the witch. But actually, not immediately, because I think that the entire beach is mad at me. I'm not worried about it, but I do have to, like, pay attention to the fact, right? Because if the witch knows I'm here, then I need to worry. We're about to get a creeper explosion on the whole thing, which is not great. I was about to eat rotten flesh. Not a sentence I want to say. That was actually pretty good. We saw him almost blowing up, but we shot him in the head instead. I want to kill this creeper before I deal with any of the other problems. There we go. Now we're just going to slide over here. If we put our bodies between the skeleton and the zombies, he'll just shoot a couple of them, because monsters can't resist having knife fights. Gonna be able to just sort of leave him down there. No, getting froggy already. And then we're gonna move in this direction. I think the witch is still over there. It definitely hasn't pinged to us, so... This is a huge amount of mobs for a beach, but I guess we did come up in the... Alright, yeah. That dude's still there. He's just hanging out. He shows no interest in these dudes. I guess he wants to go with me. Be like a Shaun of the Dead type of situation. Did a spider just jump on my head? Very daring. Man, they are really showing up here. There's a ton of them spawning. Again, not worried about it. Need to eat some bread, but we're just going to clear these real quick. Do I even need to move? Nope, do not. Just going to eat some bread. Oh, and now there is a witch right there. So we're going to shoot him in the face. Or the legs, just as good. He looks like he's trying to eat a potion. It's not going to work. He looks like he's trying to eat another potion. It's not going to work. We're going to shoot him again. Now he is drowning. Now he is toasty. Man, the bow doesn't do a lot of damage against that. Alright, so one witch down. Other one might be over there. There are veritably hundreds of mobs here. This is like a crazy amount. Yeah, the zombies are just like straight up running from the inside of the forest, as if without end. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if I've ever like seen this many mobs just streaming out before, but this is sort of a unique area for me to be in. I've seen a lot of monsters. I guess this is what happens on a normal night, though. You just farm up an average amount of zombies, convince one or more to sit into a boat. Still just one, and then keep an eye out for any witches that you need to shoot in the face. I see that there's somewhat of stuff happening in chat. I just, you know, this It's a lot of mobs, so I'm trying to pay attention. Having a good sword makes all the difference. I don't know if the bundles are going to be able to fit all of this trash, but of course if we have a big stack of it, it's not trash anymore, it's a resource for the future. Alright, good stuff. You said I joined you at 12 days after you were born. Patrick, you found a bunch of people to speak Spanish with. How fun. You'll have to tell me what all of this means later. I mean, you don't have to. But, alright, so we're going to continue on moving towards spawn. I'm thinking now that I remember a kind of a dark forest. Oh yeah, see, this is... Now I remember. So there was something, and then there was this swamp, which is excellent. We're going to take a look around the swamp a little harder and see if we can find a frog, and then we're going to put him in a bucket. That's a thing. Look for slimes. But yeah, it's all coming back together again. That tree's burning down. That is not my fault. That fire's a pre-existing condition and unrelated to the absolute hurting that I put on the monsters just now. 12 days after you were born, I made the channel. Well, yeah, I was living in New York at the time. It was a long time ago. But yeah, and then I just played that game, Mountain Blade Warband, for a long time. And I kept thinking I would play more video games, and then I've only played just like a few for the channel ever. I know y'all are, here to watch me play Minecraft, but I really do want to play something else someday, and I hope that some of you find it interesting whenever I finally get around to that, which might happen. Yes, a birthday present from me 12 days late is still much more of a birthday present than almost anyone can ever expect to get. I might give a person something, but it's very unlikely that it'll be for like a symbolic holiday. I've hit F3. We're either recompiling the game or freezing. We are recompiling the game. Alright, yeah. Now I'm starting to remember it a little bit, right? Because there was this pretty little dark forest and we were going around. But we're going to go to the beach spawn and plant a cherry tree there. And that'll be the symbolic, 200-day special for this. Black Bear says something very nice about me. Thank you, Black Bear. I'm glad you feel that way. That's right, because there was this totally bonkers floating savannah thing going on. I remember now, that's this world. I actually kind of thought that was a couple worlds ago. It's only been, I guess, like a week and 6 days that we've been on this world together. But, I've been playing a lot, 100 days a week, so. Looks like there's emeralds up there in the mountain. A pretty place, If there was a village, I might have settled right there at the border of the dark forest and the totally out of control savannah setup. But yeah, because we started at some beach over here-ish. And I considered it a very good spawn because it fulfilled my first desire in hardcore. Patrick, you're wondering if I've discovered the wonder of TNT yet? No, I've gotten TNT, and I know theoretically it blows up, but I haven't done anything with it. But here we are. We're going to need to get some dirt real quick and build it up so that we can plant a cherry tree. And then I was thinking of yeah, I've got to have had some bones from the fighting, so we'll get some bone meal. And if not, then I would just make some. I would figure out a way. But we'll just churn in through some dirt real quick. And, you know, the haphazard destruction of the natural environment plus the cherry tree will make it apparent to anyone who witnesses it that this was my place and my world. And I'll take this opportunity to reflect on the thing that often gets said about Minecraft, how beautiful and unique it is that the world that you load into is highly likely to be just yours unless you share the seed, that no one else in the whole world has ever planted a cherry tree at spawn in this particular world. If I could get to 0-0, it might be 1-1. And that is a beautiful thing, because more so than being just a sandbox, it's a sandbox that if you don't choose to share it with others, it's always entirely yours. And that's something fun about this for me in particular, is that, you know, I get to cheat that. I get to share it with everybody, even though it's still mine. Just like with hardcore, I get to cheat that too. Whenever my hardcore world dies, I could go back and watch all of it in a row if I wanted, without backing it up. I have the luxury of permanence. At least for a time. Why is my frame per second capped at 60? I believe it's like just the native setting, right? Anyway, it's in 4K and I'm streaming it, so going over 60 wouldn't be very sensible. Also, this monitor is just like a 60 hertz one, so even if I was pushing more than that, I don't think it would matter. And here we go. We'll just destroy a little bit more of the world around it so we can get a better angle of it. Which is a very me thing to do also. But we're just gonna go ahead and jump in a boat real quick. Did I leave it here? Oh, the turtle. I left the zombie in the boat on that beach, which is, I won't say sad. It's what happened. But now I know I can get a zombie in a boat, which means I can probably get basically anything in a boat if you can get angry mobs into one. So yeah, there you go. That's a good angle. This will probably be a better one over here. We'll be able to see it all arrayed. Yeah, there you go. I gotta look at this chat real quick. Okay, so tough times you ask, where am I from? I'm from Arkansas. And Patrick Youth say that I should play the forest or stream the forest. Jolie agrees. Well, that is a French press, and it's there from this morning. I just haven't I haven't cleaned up because I left it there whenever I went to work. But you know, you got to clean it out before you use it every day, and I always use it every day. But you know, I always happy for more game recommendations, although I normally only play this. But yeah, I am from Arkansas. Also, my name is Parker. If you see people calling me that, that is because that is my name. But yeah, very exciting stuff. Pretty happy, feeling good, and yeah, I about to sign off for the night, and I hope I'll catch some of you tomorrow, where I'll be doing this for a real long time. And if you wonder what the agenda is, it is as follows. We are going to go look for an allay. We're going to look for pillager towers or a woodland mansion, which I've never heard of, but people told me to look in a dark forest, so that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to go and get in adventures. He Live and you asked, did I play WoW back in the day? Yes, I played World of Warcraft back when vanilla was just called World of Warcraft, and I played extensively back in vanilla. And then I also played Classic, and I played in Classic Seed of Discovery. Justine, yeah, no, the people that are calling me by my first name know me in real life, and I don't mind that they're calling me by that at all, and I don't really mind if anybody calls me by that, but it's easier for me to know you mean me if you use my alter ego name here. But I don't like heavily identify with the Tarkin name or anything, and like feel like I have to see that. It's actually the name here. I think it was the first time I used this particular name as a handle. It was like my 15th or 25th choice or something. I went through so many different options before I found one that, not that I wanted, but that was available to me. But yes, it is the 23rd of October here, and you know what that means. Night falls on this Minecraft world on day 202. We sit here at spawn, and I'm really proud of all of the work we've done here. I'm proud of my shield that has mending on it. I'm proud of all of this, and I'm really happy with how well received it's all been, and I just wanted to thank you all for watching and listening, and I can promise more of the exact kind of content as you've been enjoying in the future. So I hope you'll check it out. If you like what you've been seeing, I can probably deliver exactly that with very slight modifications. So that sounds good to you. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. But thank you, Patrick, for your compliment there. And by Heat Living, I'm sorry you miss WoW. I miss how WoW used to feel also. Renee, I'm sure that if you get something to eat, you will feel slightly better, and you will no longer be worried about starving. But I will see you guys. And yeah, hope you have a good night. Sleep well, unless you're not trying to go to sleep, in which case, put a coffee maker on your desk and get to it. That's all I've got for you guys. Good night, Jolie. Good night, Patrick. Good night, Renee. Good night, Sid. Good night, Justine. Good night, Helivin. Good night, Black Bear. If I missed anyone. Good night, Tough Times. Oh, Patrick, it's Sid, the Vamping Chat. They were the one who did the Mushi Smalls fan art that I was hyping up. So, if you were wondering who had done that. And then Renee also did that awesome Garuda art. And, yep. And the third person that did one is not in the chat with us, but if you had wondered, that's who did them. It's 12, you're supposed to be asleep. Oh, well, then I cannot help you. It's 12:20. I'm supposed to be ending the stream and stop talking, and I really have to do that.